When you play the Game of Thrones, you
Subscribe and like.
or you die. There is no middle ground.
Alright, hello YouTube, and welcome back to the Grease Goblins YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at an actual somebody else's video and talking about something that they had discussed that I kind of disagreed with. And I thought it'd be a fun video idea. No shade to the people that made this video or anything. I think it's a good premise. I just disagree with it. But most of you guys know Order of the Green Hand. I've seen a lot of you comment about their theories and stuff like that, especially with stuff with the Tower of Joy and Ashara and all that. The video I'm going to be talking about is they made a video about a month ago talking about Jaime and Cersei's secret relationship and how they almost suggest it could be a plot hole, that it was kept such a secret and no one really knew about it, which is something I disagree, because I think they're overlooking a couple things that make that not really true. But before we get into the video, if you guys like to subscribe, like, and comment for more of these type of videos, as well as, you know, these kind of discussion videos as well. This one doesn't really have a main focus, just a response to somebody else's video that I thought would be a fun idea. You know, let me know down in the comments. And also, if you guys would like to watch their video before you watch my videos, so you understand what I'm talking about, the link will be in the description, so you can check that out if you would like. Also, give them a subscribe as well. They're a very good channel. They're one of the channels that inspired me to do this type of content. So, yeah, love their content. So, getting into the premise that Cersei and Jaime's relationship was very much kept a secret. So, there's a couple reasons why, it being a secret is actually plausible, because one, they're brother and sister, so them being together alone and stuff like that a lot is not unheard of, right? They're twins. They were told to have been very close, you know, from birth. So it's not exactly as if that's odd, right? That makes complete sense for their characters and stuff like that. Also, if we look at, you know, Robert Baratheon, he was described as being a fool, someone that was always drunk all the time. So there was no way he was going to probably figure this out. He didn't care enough. And yeah, it just made sense. Now, the problem with the idea that no one knew is just false. Littlefinger and Varys right away knew for certain, right? Varys even kind of hints at it within the books when he's talking with Tyrion, but it's not a for certain. We don't know for sure if he knew or not. He just kind of hints at it. But the thing is, these two had the most spies in the entire books, right? They have the most information. The thing is, you have to look at motives. Why would either one of them want to spread this knowledge, right? For one, Littlefinger is trying to create chaos in which he gains power, and he also wants to get revenge on the Starks. So, him maybe giving some information to Jon Arryn to try to start investigating this stuff, kind of like what he does with Ned, is a great way to, you know, frame the Lannisters in the Starks' minds that they killed him because he was trying to uncover this secret, right? So, Littlefinger can kill Jon Arryn, use that as an excuse, and then he can bring the Starks in, do the same exact thing, and get Ned killed. So he gets his revenge, and throughout this entire period, he will gain power. Perfect move for Littlefinger, and it makes complete sense why he would not reveal this type of information to a larger group of people. Now, with Varys, we have to think about Varys's pretty much the scene he's with Illyrio, right? He says he's not ready. He's not ready for there to be an open war, right? So the thing is, if he does this information right, the Westeros is more or less going to be united against Tywin. Right? Who is going to be on Tywin's side? The Tyrells would most likely have Marjorie becoming the new queen with Robert, because that's what Renly was plotting to do. The Starks would back the Baratheons. The Vale would pretty much have to. The Riverlands would. Dorne would. They hate the Lannisters. The Lannisters would be screwed. This wouldn't really be a war. It'd be more of a slaughter. So Varys wants to keep this information to himself. For the most part, it benefits him, you know, because he doesn't want war to start yet, and two, it really wouldn't be a war if it's just Tywin getting ganged up on. So for those reasons, both of those characters would not even reveal this information, and it didn't make any sense for them to in the first place. Now, also, Renly plus Loras, I believe, knew that these children were not legit. Renly, at this point, had been trying to get Marjorie to become the new queen. Why would he do that if Cersei's already the queen? Because he knew something. And here's the thing. We also know that the shop that, Gendry works at, Renly and Loras visit quite often. So they would have seen Gendry quite a bit, and they would have known that he was, a bastard of Robert, more or less, because they're both, well, mainly Renly was a smart politician and was able to figure this stuff out. And once you figure out that, oh, Jon Arryn visited this place and Stannis leaves, you kind of put it together. And I feel like Renly was definitely someone that knew, and was the reason he was so quick to try and dispose of Cersei and her children when he's talking to Ned, and then eventually leaves because of that situation. So for all those reasons, I look at it and I go, this wasn't really a tight-knit secret, right? There was plenty of people that did know about the secret, Stannis as well, and Jon Arryn, who were probably told a little bit by Littlefinger, and I think that's how that road started. But people definitely knew, right? And Tyrion as well knew. So it's like, this whole idea that it was a tight-knit secret that nobody really knew is just not true. The reason it really wasn't told was because for most people it didn't fit their agendas, right? A lot of people that were figuring out weren't those moral high ground people. It was the people that kind of were sitting here and trying to figure out what they could do with this information and not die, right? You look at Stannis, somebody that did want to probably fix this issue. He didn't have any power in King's Landing, and he didn't believe that Robert, his brother, would believe him. So it's kind of that issue where you have to bring it up to Robert and be someone that he trusts and someone that he can believe, which is why Ned eventually would have to take on that mantle after Jon Arryn would leave. Well, die, actually, not leave. So you're looking at all these interesting situations and you go, that is why the whole idea of Cersei and Jaime being together never really was released to the public until later when Stannis eventually does it. And also, the thing is, the general public is not going to look at the Lannisters or their children and go, oh, okay, those are definitely not Roberts. Like, the common folk don't know about, oh, the Baratheons all have this same line and stuff like that, and they all have distinct figures. Or features, not figures. And also, you even look at the people, higher-ups. Think about how long it took Ned, who is Robert's best friend, to figure out this information while being given, like, hints from Littlefinger and stuff, when he was directly looking for some sort of plot on why Jon Arryn was killed. He's specifically looking at this as, a person that knew Robert Baratheon really well and can't figure it out for a few months. For all of these reasons, I look at this and go, I understand what they were trying to say in this video by the Order of the Green Hand, but at the same time, I disagree with the idea of it, that this was something that George either made a plot hole or somehow this didn't get out when maybe it should have. It just doesn't make any sense to me as to why it would have gotten out. I don't know why any of the characters that we know would have had knowledge, or we can definitely infer that would have had some knowledge of this, would have said anything. Also, if you're looking at any of like the maids or anything like that, or maybe walking in when they were doing it, or any of the common people that would have seen, here's all you have to do. You can bribe them with gold. You're the richest, family in the kingdoms, or you can just have Jaime kill them or dispose of them somehow. Maybe they just disappear. We know Cersei's very, hell-bent on that stuff. Like, think about it. Bran figures it out where he, because he climbs a tower, he sees them, he gets pushed off a tower. It's not like they're not willing to go to the extremes if someone sees them. So my summary of this video is that people definitely did know of Cersei and Jaime's relationship. It was just something that didn't really benefit anyone, and it wasn't the right moment for a lot of characters to expose this information yet. A lot of characters definitely had wanted to expose this knowledge, but it didn't fit the time yet. They were still trying to plan other things, and then Ned comes in and kind of figures it out really quickly, and we have all the rest in the fallout and the War of the Five Kings. So thank you guys all for watching. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this topic. Again, this is a video idea from Order of the Green Hand, so if you, want to check them out, they're a really good channel. Show them some love, and I'm assuming most people that watch my video actually are subscribed to them already. But if you're not, check them out. They're a great channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.